hello everybody and Labadiana. So today I'm doing, wow, it's the big one today, I guess. So we're going off to Vilnius. So I've been to Vilnius a few times before, but actually since I've been permanently living in Lithuania, I've not visited Vilnius. So yeah, it should be interesting. Plenty of sights to see, of course, in Vilnius, so it should be quite exciting. And also it's another first for me because of it's the first time actually going on a Lithuanian train. So generally I take the bus because it's, you know, not everywhere in Lithuania is connected by train. So yeah, it's the first one. So we're just leaving Kaunas now. Should be just over an hour to get to Vilnius. So yeah, excited to see what the capital will have in store. Okay guys, so we just got into Vilnius now. So if you want to see what a Lithuanian train station looks like.
Hi guys, Vilnius is waiting for us.
There you go. Some random Lithuanian bloke. Yeah, and here we are. Vilnius awaits. Okay guys, first church in Vilnius. It's got to be, isn't it? So here we go. This is the All Saints Church in the old town. Look at the structure, architecture of it. It's pretty lovely. Let's go and have a little explore inside. Okay, so we're inside. Trying to be quiet in case there's anyone around. Look at this. Beautiful. You can see here, architecture is phenomenal. And something I noticed as well, there's a bit of Polish written here. Okay, so there's quite a lot, there's quite a significant Polish community in Vilnius. So I imagine that's why there's a little bit of Polish on the signs. Look at it. How beautiful is this, eh? Yeah, incredibly beautiful. Hey guys, so again we're obviously in the centre of Vilnius here, and whilst this is quite a beautiful area and street, it's actually the site of where the Vilnius ghetto was in World War II. So quite a sad area, but obviously there's plenty still going on here. It's being used for lots of things. As you can see, it's pretty active. There's cabinets, there's bars like here, obviously shut at the moment. But yeah, plenty happening along here. So one of the things you'll really notice in Vilnius is like the amazing architecture. It's just everywhere. Some lovely buildings. Nearly over there. But check out this building here as well. Look what they've done. These lovely trees. It's a really beautiful area of Vilnius. Yeah. So yeah, it's always worth taking a stroll around, even if there's not a landmark, because there's so much going on here. It's really beautiful. Okay guys, so right here is one of the most important sites in Vilnius. So this is the presidential palace. Okay, I believe this site has been the presidential palace since something like 1997. And obviously when there's important, I don't know, Independence Days, important days for the state, people flock here, they gather here. But yeah, this is where presidential palace is in Vilnius. So right in the center, you can get up really close and see what it looks like. I believe there's also, from what I've read, there's also sometimes tours of the presidential palace, I think even in English on a Sunday. So I don't know if they're running at the moment, but in normal times you should be able to come and have a little look around in English as well. So yeah, this is it. Quite a big building, of course, as you'd expect for a president. So we're in the heart of Vilnius here, a really important spot. Okay, this feels like the center of Vilnius, and it's where like all tourists and everyone wants to come to. Okay, so here you have the bell tower of Vilnius, and obviously here is the cathedral. Okay, now the bell tower is like 52 meters high. Okay, it's pretty tall, and it's been standing there since like the beginning of the 19th century. Okay, the cathedral is really important to like both in terms of Lithuanian history, but also in terms of like what it represents today. Okay, so you have like all the Grand Dukes of Lithuania used to be well, they had their coronations in there, and you also have some of the really important like figures in Lithuanian history, like Vytautas the Great, who's actually buried there. So it's a really important spot. I'm not sure if it's actually open, but you can look at the catacombs. Okay, here like the tombs of all these people. I have been in it before and had a look around for myself, and I recommend it. It's really interesting to learn about a lot of Lithuanian history. So yeah, this is a spot you definitely need to come to if you're in Vilnius. So we're just walking up to, well, Gediminas hill tower, okay? Now I just wanted to point this out. The walk up is probably not the most pleasant of walks. It's pretty steep, so you have to be prepared for that, but it is well worth it when you get to the top. So I will show you that in a moment. Okay, so we're here at the top of Gediminas kind of like hill tower, whatever you want to call it. Here you can see the big tower here. This again is considered one of the proper landmarks, okay, one of the big sites of Lithuania. And originally all of here was actually a castle, okay. It was quite an important castle until I think it was kind of the middle of the 1600s when the Muscovites managed to well, take Vilnius basically, and then it got destroyed and it lost its importance. But they rebuilt the tower more recently, I think, okay. And from the top you get an amazing view over Vilnius, as you can see. Okay, so one of the things you're meant to note when you look at Vilnius is the roofs, okay. So Vilnius is meant to be known for its kind of like red brick roofs, okay, and you can see that very, very well here. Some amazing sights. You can see so many churches, so many different sites. And over that way is called the Hill of Three Crosses, okay, and that'll be the next destination we're going to have a look at over the city from, okay. But yeah, you get amazing views up here, and it's always worth coming up and checking it out.
Let's be honest for a second, yeah, you're being over your head, babe, 'cause there is no one other than me that can make you feel the way you feel when I hold you. I think I said enough. You said you love for me something brand new. You said this is something you would never do. Here we are in your car. Let me see who you are, who you really are. Yeah, don't need you here to say.
Okay, so we made it to the another important Vilnius landmark. As you can see up there, the Hill of Three Crosses, okay. Now, this is a really important site historically, okay. This was the site where apparently something like 14 Franciscans, okay, were, I suppose, were killed by pagans, and so there's been crosses on this site for hundreds of years to mark those Franciscans who came here hundreds of years ago, okay. So firstly, you can see obviously the Hill of Three Crosses. It's pretty impressive kind of landmark. You get an amazing view out over the city as well. Maybe funnily enough, it's actually meant to be on top of something called Bold Hill, so maybe that's convenient for me. Maybe it was destiny I was meant to be here. but yeah, you get an amazing view out. It's a really important landmark as well for Vilnius, and this site was sort of originally part of the whole Vilnius sort of castle complex, okay. So it was like right in the center pretty much, you know, of where the walls, which has spread all the way across and around. Yeah. Okay, so I've got my friend Urjapis here, okay, next to me, and I thought we'd take this moment looking out over Vilnius on the Hill of Three Crosses, you know, really important site, to ask someone from Kaunas first of all, but also a kind of native Lithuanian, someone unlike me, who can maybe sum up what does Vilnius mean to a Lithuanian. So Urjapis, take it away.
Well, for me, first of all, it means one word, and that goes with hope. And with being on this beautiful scenery, hope is something worth to consider when I remember how it was back then when my parents were young, you know. There were no some freedom as we have right now, and the technological value of Vilnius is mind-boggling, because now Vilnius is on the rise, and people like you who will be watching this video might come to Vilnius, and you will be coming to the Kaunas city. So this is a city of hope and city of value. So thanks for tuning in with Guy, and yeah, I love the city.
Bye.
Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life.
right. With you and I, the future is bright. Oh, you and I, we got it. Oh, we don't need no more. Oh, even in the hard times, you and I can weather.
So behind me you can see lovely views of the Vilnius hill tower, I guess, and up in that direction there, you can't see it, it's hidden by the trees, was the hill of three crosses. Okay, but here where I am is a little bit more of a, I suppose, an eyesore. I only want to show the good things, but this is quite important to show and to talk about as well in terms of history. Okay, so this is called the Palace of Concerts and Sports, I think, and basically this was used, kind of built in the Soviet time. Okay, so this was built in 1971. Okay, and it was used kind of for a number of years as, like, I don't know, a concert hall and even a sports kind of arena. But I think kind of in the 1990s they converted it into more like a shopping kind of centre thing. Okay, in 2004 it was closed. It was deemed unsafe for use. But yeah, this was built then. They're still not sure what to do with the site, because basically when the Soviets came in, they decided this was going to be the site for this you know, concert hall, whatever you want to call it. But this site was actually a really important like Jewish cemetery. Okay, it had been a Jewish cemetery for hundreds of years, and basically the Soviets just decided to destroy all of that history and build this here. So they don't really know what to do with it now. It's and yeah, and it's just standing here. But actually, I believe as well, I just want to mention, if you are looking to see some guys who kind of live in Vilnius as well and check out a lot of these sites, there's a really good YouTube channel called Life in Lithuania. You've probably seen it if you've seen some of my videos. Okay, and they were here recently as well. Okay, so this is a place, and I don't know whether people want to have a look around it. You can't really get in now, it's all boarded up. But yeah, it's interesting because this is literally here, and then you have kind of all the landmarks and the most important sites in Vilnius are literally just over there. Okay, but yeah, not really anything happening here in this this derelict old stadium arena.
When the sun goes down and the night sky's falling, do you believe in one-time lovers? 'Cause deep inside of my wildest dreams, you'll be by my side when the sun goes down.
Okay guys, so I wanted to just show you like a little bit of the contrast, okay, on some of the sort of areas, okay, of Lithuania, Vilnius. So you have some houses along here that are like a lot more traditional in Vilnius. You have some that are obviously not being looked after as much. And then right over here you have all these massive, I suppose you could even call them skyscrapers, right? Soaring into the sky, and you're like stuck in the middle here with these old-fashioned ones all the way along, and then back there you have the kind of apartment blocks. But it's very interesting to see the differences in architecture of here, with an old place that has a lot of history, and then a lot of investment coming into certain parts of the city. Yeah, it's very interesting. So I feel like I've brought the British weather with me today. We had sun in the morning and it was really sunny, and well, we had rain before that, let's say. Rain, then sunny and hot, and like you need to take your jacket off because it was so hot, and then it kind of got grey, then the sun came back out, and now we got rain again. So yeah, a beautiful English weather is here in Vilnius today. Okay, so this is dedication to show you a monument in Vilnius. Here we have a statue to Frank Zappa. Again, came here in the pouring rain. Basically, what's Frank Zappa got to do with Vilnius? Pretty much nothing. He had no real connection. However, his spirit is what embodies Vilnius, and that's why his statue is here. Or his bust, should I say, his head. What do you call just the head? Well, anyway, Yeah, so Frank Zappa actually didn't find out about this this statue. He didn't even know about it. It was erected after he died, unfortunately. But this is only one of 2 places in the world where you can find a memorial to Frank Zappa. I'm not sure what the other one is, but yeah, quite an intriguing one. But yeah, here is Frank Zappa. If you're interested and you like Frank Zappa, Vilnius has a memorial to him. So here is the St. Francis Bernardine, should I say, church, okay? Unfortunately, I'm here a bit late because I'm coming like 7:30, but it's a great example of some really beautiful architecture in Vilnius. And to be honest, this whole street is as well. I hope you can hear me. It's still raining a lot and there's a lot of cars here, but yeah, it's a really beautiful spot in Vilnius and worth having a look at. So one thing you need to do if you're in Vilnius, always make sure you have your passport, okay? Because you'll find the Republic of Urjapis, and yeah, it's an independent republic. It's not really, it's kind of sarcastic, but it's a really interesting area. Lots of art here, and as you can see, you have border control here, Republic of Urjapis. And it's quite an interesting place to look around. Lots of artwork here. I'll show you some of it here. All the way down here. So to add a little bit more and tell you about this area, okay, so this is like the smallest district of Vilnius, I believe, Urjapis. But basically, kind of in the early 1990s, had a bit of a problem, this area, but after that they managed to kind of turn it into a really cool, kind of funky, arty place. So now you have this quirky little thing with the, you know, being a republic, and you can see some fantastic artwork. Here you go. Ciao, Urjapis, your Respublika. Okay. Here's Urjapis, and this is the Urjapis Republic. So yeah, it's a cool place. Okay, so and along this wall you can find the constitution of Urjapis in kind of loads of different languages. Okay, so the first one's obviously Lithuanian, and you have here. Okay, so everyone has the right to live by the river Vilnius. Everyone has the right to hot water, heating in winter, and a tile roof. Seems good, yeah? Everyone has the right to make mistakes. I think that's a good right. Everyone has the right to be unique. Everyone has the right to love. And there's plenty of good rights here. As I say, do not defeat, do not fight back, do not surrender. Okay, but here's the constitution. It's 41 rules in Urjapis, and whatever country you're from, you can find the constitution pretty much. I mean, maybe not every, but in most languages, it's here. So here you go. So everyone's welcome in Urjapis.
All I need is one drop and then I would be forgetting, babe. Kill it with all you. You're like water, baby, water.
Okay, so one of the things I always like to mention is obviously about the Jewish history. I mentioned this in Vilnius about how, you know, well, Vilnius had a big Jewish history basically, and this statue here is to a man called, well, was known as the Vilna Gaon. Okay, I hope I pronounced that right. I'm no expert on Judaism, but basically the Vilna Gaon was kind of like a really important figure in the kind of non-Hasidic Jewish world basically, and he used to, well, this is obviously a statue, and he used to live here in Vilnius. So you can see the kind of sign there. This was his house where he used to live. And you can see the statue still. So the Vilna Gaon, a very important kind of scholar of Judaism. So guys, that's the, wow, this marks the end of my trip to Vilnius. Now, of course, I'm sure you're going to watch the video and go, why didn't you go there, why didn't you go there, why didn't you go there? Because there's so many things to see in Vilnius. But yeah, there's not enough time in just literally one day to see lots of things, and unfortunately with the bad weather I had yesterday, yeah, there might have been many more things to see and do, but another day I can do them. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it showed you something maybe a little bit new, a little bit interesting, and maybe told you some facts you didn't know. So on that note, I'm going to take the train back to Kaunas now, and on this lovely sunny day, unlike my rather rainy day yesterday, it's Ike and Ate Visogero from Vilnius.
Euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me.
Ike Vilnius. Does that look really weird?
Now let me walk. Let me do this. Sveiki atvykę į Vilnių.
You only climb me, I put the ladders up. No fault, I done doubled up on the workload.